Hey guys, so today in this lesson I am going to teach you how to use the verb tener. It's one that hopefully you're noticing that you're going to see. You've heard it all throughout Spanish 1. It was one that gets used with when you're learning common phrases. How old are you? How many brothers do you have? So hopefully this isn't a new verb, but you do need a refresher on it because we are going to cover it a lot in Spanish 2. Hopefully you guys noticed that in the first few modules, the net gets covered a lot. And the reason being is because it is what's known as a high-frequency verb. It's a verb that gets used all the time. It gets used to state how old you are, what do you have, what do you feel like doing, what do you have to do. So it's high frequency in that, guys, it's used all the time to communicate, and I don't think that we realize in English how many times we actually use the verb to have, but we do all the time. So we're going to cover it in depth in Spanish too the first few weeks. Hopefully you'll be able to catch on. So what I want to cover in this first part of the video for week 1 is basically how to conjugate the verb tener. I want to show you how to use it to state your age, and I want you to see how it's used to describe certain things, certain characteristics that you have. So that's what I'm going to cover hopefully in this video. So we're going to start with its conjugation. Tener means to have, I have, and it's a little bit of a funky verb because it's an ER verb, so it has those normal ER endings, the es, hemos, es, en. All right, so while it has those normal endings, it's also known as what we call sort of a stem changer. So within the stem of the verb, so once you drop the ER, so if you're looking at this verb here, you drop the ER, and what you're left with is this ten. We pronounce it ten, not ten, okay? That stem is going to have a spelling change in certain forms. All right, so let's look at how to conjugate the verb tener, and we'll go through all of the forms, maybe, if my mouse will work. All right, sorry, it was acting weird. All right, so let's look at this. Look at its conjugations. So we have the verb tener, to have. Essentially, that's in its basic form. That's exactly what that means. But if you're looking at its conjugation in the yo form, yo meaning I, yo, I have, yo, tengo, the tu form, or you. Remember, this is the you informal, so the you that you would use with your friends or your peers. So, tú tienes, yo tengo, tú tienes. All right? We have él, ella, y usted. Let me go ahead and fix this because that should have an L with the accent mark over it, and it did not do in black. Okay, anyways. So, él, por ejemplo, él tiene, or ella, maybe you're talking about your friend, ella tiene. So, yo tengo, tú tienes, él tiene. All right, now we go to the plural side. Nosotros, or we, nosotros tenemos. Nosotros tenemos. All right, that's we. Then you have this vosotros form, which is second person plural. So it's saying you all. All right, so you is singular. You're talking directly about someone, to someone. So this is a direct conversation. But maybe you're having a direct conversation to more than one person. So you all, plural. So vosotros tenéis. And remember, this is only used really in Spain, the vosotros form. So we have another form of you all, because, of course, if vosotros is only used in Spain, then how else would you say it anywhere else around the world? And we're going to get there. So just remember, vosotros tenéis is you all, and it is plural. Then we have ellos and ellas, meaning these two here, meaning they. All right? Ellos tienen. Ellos tienen. We're talking about them. I'm not included in a conversation. I'm not talking directly to them. I'm talking about them. They're not part of our conversation. So ellos tienen, or ellas tienen if it's a group of females. All right. So then that other you all that we need to know, because course, we're not all in Spain. Ustedes, this is you all. All right, now I want you to notice that it falls under third person. Hopefully you guys understand subject pronouns at this point, but just in case, it's always good to review. So, ustedes tienen. Ustedes, I'm talking about you all. Ustedes tienen. All right, it conjugates exactly as if you're talking about them, except you're talking directly to them. So that's a little funky. It does that in second person or third person singular as well with the ustedes, the formal you. And a lot of people like to think of vosotros being like informal and ustedes being formal and vosotros being informal. And that's not the case at all. Vosotros is used in Spain. Ustedes is used everywhere else, or in the majority of the other Latin American countries. All right, so just understand that they both mean, vosotros and ustedes both mean the same thing, you all. They both mean you all. It's just they're conjugated differently. All right, so there's the conjugation for the verb tener. And I'm going to cover age and description in this video. So here we go.